Hi folks, RAYDVD here, welcome to the Movie Reviewers 100 channel, and this week is films that we haven't seen. So I have picked the 2009 film 2012. Now it was directed by Roland Emmerich, who is probably well known as the disaster film guy. You know, he made like Independence Day, he made Godzilla, The Day After Tomorrow, 10,000 BC, and he sort of became known as the Irvin Allen of his day. Irvin Allen was a huge movie producer in the 1970s who would make loads of stuff like the Poseidon Adventure, Earthquake, and all these sort of disaster films. You know, these are the films that I grew up with, and I absolutely loved them. So I've got a I quite like Roland Emmerich in a sort of cheesy sort of way. One of the films that I've got is The Day After Tomorrow, which is pretty similar to 2012. Basically, it's the end of the world. You know, there's climate change and stuff, and as in The Day After Tomorrow, when it was global warming and hurricanes and tornadoes that wiped out the earth. This one is based sort of on the Mayan calendar. You know, the world was going to come to an end in 2012, and like it's all about the tectonic plates shifting and all sort of geological stuff, mumbo jumbo. So basic plot is, you know, you've got John Cusack here. No, it's the cliches in this film are absolutely unbelievable. You know, if you had a tick box for all the cliches in a disaster film, you'd be like tick tick tick. John Cusack plays a failed writer. No, he's had one book published, and he's only sort of sold about 400 books about it's about what is it, man's humanity or something. And so he you know, you see him, he's got his two kids. You know, he's he's split up with his wife. His wife's got a new man in her life who is the kid. One of the kids loves him. The young boy, he loves the guy. I think his name is Gordon in it. And John Cusack, you know, he's the stay away father. You know, he's like he gets the kids at the weekend and stuff. So he's got them for the weekend. He's taking them to Yellowstone Park, but then there's all the signs. You know, that you get all the government scenes where, you know, the geologists and stuff are saying this is accelerating. You know, the Earth is going to come true. The Earth's going to get wiped out and stuff. And then you've got the bad sort of government guy. You know, who's sort of who's saying, you know, bumping people off that are going to give the game away and stuff. You know, and we see them taking all the antiques. You know, the Mona Lisa and stuff. These are all getting shipped away, supposedly to Switzerland and stuff, but they're actually going to China, where China's going to be the only safe haven. And they're building these big arcs, so only the elite people in the world are going to be allowed to get onto the ark. You know, forget all the workers and stuff and humanitarians and stuff. You know, it's going to be like the capitalists and the politicians. They're going to make the world a better place. So you've got all the cliches. You know, you've got the good guy, and then you've got the nutter who is played by Woody Harrelson. You know, who's foreseen all this, and he's trying to he's got a radio show, and he's blasting out to the world that, you know, the end of the world is coming, but nobody's listening to him and stuff. And then you've got all your you know, your seat of your pants sort of stuff. You know, we see them first in like cars going up the freeway. You know, the roads are absolutely getting torn apart and stuff, but this sort of limousine has managed to manoeuvre past everything in sight and get away. The same happens in a plane, and the same happens in a bigger plane later on. But it's unbelievable, sure, and it's cliche ridden, but it's a good thrill ride. You know, it's better than I thought. The reviews that I read, I was expecting a real disaster of a movie. Roland Emmerich had made a film called 10,000 BC, and I thought it was an utter stinker of a movie. I bought it and I just gave it away. You know, I watched it once and I thought, this is really bad. But he's had a good filmography, Roland Emmerich. When I look on the Wikipedia here, he started off, I was surprised to find out that he had actually directed Universal Soldier, and then Stargate, which Stargate's a fantastic film. Then he would go into to do his sort of big event movies. You know, he would start off with Independence Day, Godzilla. Made he produced Eight-Legged Freaks. He didn't direct it, which I thought was a pretty good sort of B movie. Then he would do The Day After Tomorrow, then 10,000 BC, and then only 2012. And whereas the day after tomorrow, it was more a sort of straight line, you know, disaster movie. There was hardly any humour in it at all. Very rarely would you get humour in it. 2012 has got a lot of good laughs and in jokes in it. There's one scene in particular where the governor of California, it's actually a guy, you know, you get with an Austrian accent, and just wee sort of in jokes like that are really quite funny in parts, and that sort of made that film a wee bit cut above what it would have originally I would have marked it. But it's a good film. John Cusack and Woody Harrelson are the guys that make this film as well. You know, these are the guys that I like them. I like their style, and they bring a humour and a sort of tongue-in-cheek wink to the audience sort of in this film. Special effects look fantastic in it, and I would recommend that if you would see it. I was, like I says, I was quite happy with the way it had been. I was expecting a pure turkey, but like I says, I'm a sucker for these disaster movies, so it was pretty good. So look out for the rest of the guys' reviews during the week. Big Al done Dazed and Confused, which is an absolutely fantastic film. I can't remember if EJ did a review yesterday. I'll need to have a look because I've been pretty busy over the weekend. But look out for the rest of the guys' reviews during the week, and look out for Scott because he's got a special one for us on Thursday. Okay, bye for now.